Ladies and gentlemen, in the Amhara region of Ethiopia, a protracted and intense conflict continues to rage between the Ethiopian National Defense Forces, ENADF, and the Amhara Fano forces. As previously mentioned in our earlier video update, the Ethiopian army launched a full-scale offensive against the Amhara Fano forces, deploying a substantial number of troops, estimated at over 50,000 ENDF and Oromo soldiers, into the Amhara region within the past week. The most recent reports from the battlefield provide a somber picture of the ongoing hostilities. In southern Wello, specifically in the town of Saint, and in northern Shua's Nefas Ambara, fierce confrontations have erupted between the ENDF and the Amhara Fano forces. Notably, the Oromo NDF has reportedly employed heavy weaponry on this front, resulting in significant losses on both sides. Moving to Gondar, the city of Kwara has become another hotspot in this conflict. Here, intense fighting has taken place involving Fano forces, Amhara militia, and Amhara riot police. Unfortunately, these clashes have resulted in heavy casualties among the Amhara militia and riot police. Near the historic town of Lalibela, in the vicinity of Bilbala in northern Shua, the situation is equally dire. Reports have indicated that the Fano forces have gained the upper hand in Bilbala, effectively defeating the ENDF. Tragically, the Ethiopian National Defense Forces have incurred substantial losses, including the loss of numerous soldiers. In the region around Debre Tabor, near Gondar, and along the B-22 highway connecting Mahada Mariam, heavy gunfire and confrontations persist between the NDF and the Amhara Fano forces. These areas remain highly unstable and fraught with tension. Apart from this, in Shua Robit, situated on the strategic A2 highway in northern Shua, the fighting has reached a fever pitch. As mentioned in a previous video update, Fano sources claimed that their forces had ambushed fresh ENDF convoys near Shua Robit. This location holds immense strategic importance, as it serves as a major entry point for ENDF convoys into the Amhara region. The latest reports indicate that the fighting in Shua Robit remains incredibly intense. Fano forces are making determined efforts to gain control of this critical location, as its capture would effectively sever the supply line of the ENDF, potentially reshaping the overall situation and allowing Fano forces to advance into other areas more easily. Another area of significant conflict is Gashena, situated on the B-22 highway in northern Wello. According to residents in the area, heavy weaponry has been resonating for several hours, indicating the intensity of the clashes. Gashena holds strategic importance due to its location and access to key transportation routes. On the other hand, fighting has been ongoing near the city of Lalibela for the past 6 days, and recent reports suggest that the situation has escalated to a highly intense level. The ENDF has deployed a substantial number of fresh soldiers equipped with heavy weaponry in this area. Tragically, both sides have incurred heavy losses in the prolonged conflict. Reportedly, in the region stretching from Gondar to Addis Zemene in southern Gondar, the ENDF has mobilized a significant force. Reports indicate that half a division of NDF soldiers has been deployed toward Addis Zemene, underscoring the gravity of the situation in this region. Additionally, it has come to our attention that the Ethiopian government has undertaken a substantial deployment of over 50,000 Oromo NDF soldiers to the Amhara region within the past week alone. This influx of troops further signifies the escalation and gravity of the conflict. On the other hand, it has come to our attention that Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed has issued orders for a special operation aimed at targeting Fano leaders. These orders include the planning of selected drone strikes. This development indicates a significant escalation in the efforts to counter the Amhara Fano forces. Reportedly, 2 days ago, according to Fano sources, Fano forces claimed to have successfully killed and captured ENDF commandos who were involved in the search for Fano leaders. This incident underscores the high-stakes nature of the conflict and the determination of both sides. Previously, it was reported that all forces aligned with the Ethiopian army were engaged in the fight against the Amhara Fano forces, including Amhara police and Amhara militia. However, recent reports indicate a shift in this alignment. The latest updates reveal that the Amhara militia has refused to participate in combat against the Amhara Fano forces. This development suggests a growing divide within the Amhara region's forces and adds complexity to the ongoing conflict. Previously, it was reported that all forces aligned with the Ethiopian army were engaged in the fight against the Amhara Fano forces, including Amhara police and Amhara militia. However, recent reports indicate a shift in this alignment. The latest updates reveal that the Amhara militia has refused to participate in combat against the Amhara Fano forces. This development suggests a growing divide within the Amhara region's forces and adds complexity to the ongoing conflict. Just 2 days ago, reports emerged of internal conflicts within the ANDF camps, resulting from the refusal of many Amhara militia members to engage in combat. Specifically, it is reported that Amhara militias in various locations, including Zemero in northern Shua, Mekana Salam in Gojam, Vegdi in Gondar, Ambassal in Wello, Debre Tabor near Gondar on the B22 highway, and Woldia in northern Wello have refused to fight against the Amhara Fano forces. This internal dissent further complicates the military landscape and raises questions about the unity of forces aligned with the Ethiopian government. Reportedly, in these areas, intense and heavy fighting is raging between the Ethiopian National Defense Forces, ENDF, and the Amhara Fano forces. Reports indicate that the clashes have reached a highly critical and intense level. The ENDF is reported to be using heavy weaponry, and there are reports of a significant deployment of ENDF and Oromo soldiers in Gondar equipped with heavy weapons. These developments have caused great concern among the local citizens, who have reported the persistent sound of heavy weaponry for several hours. The strategic significance of Gondar cannot be understated, as it is not only an important city in the Amhara region, but also one with a substantial population. Consequently, efforts by the Ethiopian government to gain full control over Gondar have led to a heightened level of conflict, with the deployment of heavy weapons intensifying the battles. Furthermore, according to reports from Fano sources, intense fighting is occurring in various areas of Gondar, with the ENDF employing heavy weaponry in these confrontations. Despite these challenges, Fano fighters are reported to be holding their positions and successfully repelling ENDF attacks. These developments underscore the gravity of the situation in the Amhara region, with heavy fighting engulfing various parts of Gondar. The use of heavy weaponry and the strategic importance of the city further highlight the complexity and intensity of the ongoing conflict. As the situation continues to evolve rapidly, it is essential to stay vigilant and rely on credible sources for updates on this deeply distressing crisis.